And we're live. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Skeezy Sports. And today I'm joined by Shavar, Ads
How's
FC,
gents?
Lamb.
Yo,
Long time no see, gentlemen.
it's been a minute,
Been a
guys.
while. It's been a while.
It was the off season.
Yeah, it was the off
I
season
agree.
indeed.
I actually had a conversation with Shavar today, and I was asking if he's FSG in.
We can
FSG.
discuss it. We can discuss
Yeah.
it during the stream. No need to bring that up. Lemek was asking for his old job back.
All right, gents. Let's get into it. I mean, this is gonna be a relatively long stream. But let me just quickly share my screen. Please bear with me. This feels like a Teams meeting.
It does. Come on, we
Yeah.
need to not be so formal here. We need to start the bands early.
Yeah.
Shavar, your club's getting relegated.
All right, so
You got a X. Your club is almost as bad as your
Yeah.
trim there. What else can I say?
When's that shirt from, Adam? That's not a fairly recent
no,
shirt.
dude, my hairline
Is
is
that a
receding,
retro
actually.
shirt
It's a retro shirt, yeah.
from the last
On
time your club
Amazon.
won the league or won a trophy?
Oh wow. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we've probably been in a final more recently than you have.
Hey.
It's fine. We've lifted one or two. or three.
Hey, Newcastle won the
And who
Cellar
did you guys
Cup.
lose to, Adam?
Okay,
Again?
we won the
Who did you
Cellar
guys
Cup.
lose to?
The Cellar Cup.
Some team with a dead trim. That's who we lost to.
My hairline is actually receding, kids. Like
Really?
full on bald now. Like,
Bro,
yeah.
You admitted
bad.
that to the world
bad.
right now. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, guys. I mean, I'm just.
That's what happens
Well-
when you hit the big 3-0. Everything
Yeah,
goes
man.
downhill.
Exactly.
I'm doing all right.
you
I'm
know.
33. I'm doing all right.
Nah, no, Adam, you're a vampire. You're.
And I'm also very cool.
Lemek,
Yeah,
you've
you
never
guys
had
are
a hairline, bro. I don't
vampires.
even.
I always shave my head, but I've got a head.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you.
all right, gentlemen. Let's get into it. Hey, I don't know where you guys want to begin and just work our way
Bottom.
to the
Bottom
top.
up.
Bottom up.
Always at the bottom.
All right then. All right. No worries. So we're starting from the bottom, right, gents? For relegation, who do you guys think will go down? Can I start with Ads? Because I know Ads watches championship football because his team was recently
Because he had
relegated
to.
not too long ago.
I had to.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. So his
was in
knowledge
on-
of
yeah, I was in
championship
on a
is far
Friday,
greater than
boys.
the rest of us. But yeah, Ads, take it away, mate.
Hey man, I think I can't. All these promoted teams have always had something about them. There's always something that keeps these teams up, and you think it's solid defense, certain style of play, certain ballers that they've got that are actually punching above their weight in the championship. But then I look at Luton and I see none of that. So for me, Luton, rock bottom.
Damn.
I would be surprised if Luton
Yeah.
even win a game this season.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll just leave that one out there. For me, Luton, rock bottom. Do you want me to give you all three?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
please.
Okay. Yeah. Go all three Ads. I think it will
All
be
three.
similar. Yeah.
Luton, second season syndrome for Nottingham Forest, and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Sacked their manager 2 days before the season starts. No signings. Ruben Neves gone and swimming in the Saudi money. I mean, not that I can really complain about that, but it's not boding. It's not looking good for Wolves either. They sold Jimenez as well. They don't have a striker. They've only bought in one player, Ibrahima Traore or Ibrahima. Yeah, I think it's Ibrahima Traore or something. Which I mean, I don't know who he was. I don't even know where he came from. But they're looking weak. So I'm going, Luton, Wolves, and Nottingham Forest.
All right.
Nottingham Forest, just on Nottingham Forest, they got hit
Yeah.
now with financial fair play. That's why they're not signing anyone. And I think now it's their time.
Oh
But
my
it makes
days.
sense. Like, you can't sign like 30 players last season coming from the
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. What's up with these guys? And don't they have accountants? Don't they have it's so strange, man, to be in such a predicament, especially for
I
a
think
team
for
in the
them
Premier
it's like let's spend the money now, take the risk now, so that
Yeah.
like overload now on players, so that, and then we know next season we can't sign as many, but we'll do all our business now to stay up and then hopefully stay up again. I don't know. I don't see it happening for them. I don't see this squad has not gotten stronger. They were just good enough last season. I think other teams are better. So yeah, those three are going down for me, guys.
All right. Shava, mate.
I'm gonna
Do
start
you-
the stream agreeing
Yeah.
with Adam, which is always a bad sign. So
Yeah.
Luton, I've also got Luton. I've also got Luton dead last, 20th. They're not a Premier League club. They're barely a Championship club. Look, they do have a lot of fight in them, but I mean, it can only get you so far. And I think they are expecting to get relegated. I don't think they actually have a desire to stay up. I know they've made some loan signings permanent, but that's probably just from
Marvelous
Premier League money.
Nakamba. Like, I mean, Marvelous
Who
Nakamba
the
and Ross
hell is
Barkley are not
that?
going to keep you up, bro.
Ross
Marvelous
Barkley.
Nakamba from Zim. Yeah, they just got Ross Barkley in.
Yeah, look at
Okay,
Ross
nice.
Barkley.
Nice release.
Hey,
Ross
wow.
Barkley.
Don't they
Up on
also
free.
they also got a right back from City or something?
Yeah,
But he was someone that was
Kabore.
on loan.
Yeah.
Look, there's nothing in that team, right? There's fight, there's
Yeah.
desire.
It's a dead team,
But
bro.
I think the owners are just expecting them to go down. So they're
They're
dead
just
last.
there for vibes, guys.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Luton are just there
Look,
on vibes.
They're there for the experience. They've earned the
Yeah.
experience.
Good time.
More power to them, but I don't expect to see them next year. At 19, I'm actually going to go with Sheffield United because I think they have some crazy financial issues, and I think it's so bad that if they didn't get promoted,
They would have been.
they
Yeah,
would've-
I heard it as
yeah,
well.
they would have went the way of Derby or something.
I hear you.
I-
I hear
they've
you.
sold
I just
a lot
think
of
that
players.
They sold
They did,
Sanderberg,
yeah, as well.
and that was Sanderberg was there. They just sold Sanderberg to Burnley,
Yeah,
fellow
the best
promotion
player.
rival, and he's their best player. And they
Yeah.
don't look like they'll replace him. So yeah, Shiva, I can see
And
Sheffield
the
going
striker, the striker's gone as well. The guy who scored all the goals for them
Yeah.
in the championship, he's also gone. So
down. Oh, Indie, yeah.
Listen to that. Hey,
something
Adam
like that.
knows these guys, man.
I mean,
Iliam,
those are the people that he's playing against, right? Don't worry. When we get to the Champions League clubs, you'll see that Adam suddenly doesn't know what he's talking
Oh,
about.
bro, I even
But now-
I didn't even know Ilham Ndiaye went to a Champions League club, but whatever.
Which club? Which club
yeah.
was this? Who
think he
did
went
he go
Marseille.
to? Marseille.
Yeah,
I think
Marseille,
Marseille
yeah.
as well. He was. I think he was at their academy for like a year when he was 12 or something.
No,
So
don't
you try
make
to
up
play
things
that
now
card.
to seem like you.
I'm gonna
about-
Google it. What's his first name?
You can't even know the
Let's
man's
see.
first name, but you know which academy
can't-
he grew up in.
I can't even.
Yeah, because
I can't
this
even
was-
pronounce.
I was following the because I'm playing FPL this year, so I've taken an interest in
Hey.
football again.
Oh wow.
Um,
He's coming
Buzz
back. for
back with
I
a
was-
bang.
hiding here. Hey,
Yeah.
I was following like what was happening with these guys, and like
Yeah.
he was in Marseille's academy, so that was his excuse for leaving. Apparently, they had like a whole video set up because he was going to sign a new contract and he was going to get the number 10 shirt. And then when Marseille came knocking, he's like, "Peace, I'm out," and then he bounced. And it just does not feel like all is well at that club. But I
Yeah.
think they're coming up to get the windfall money for 3 seasons and then just try to solidify themselves. I also don't think that they have any intention of staying up. So those two are bottom for me.
And then
Whoever finishes
last two?
19th or 20th is just between the two of them, I think. And my last
Mhm.
one is actually Wolves.
yeah.
Like, it's been a nightmare. Like, these are probably the 3 worst run clubs.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really
Yeah.
Luton's fault that they're badly run. They just simply don't have the finances. But the other two are so
Bro,
badly run that they're just not
is-
going to survive.
Luton are they're like a Sunday league team playing in the Premier
Yeah.
League. They're like
Exactly. It's
like-
not their fault that they're
Yeah.
badly run. Like, they literally can't be run any better than they are.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
it's not
I've
good
been to
enough.
Luton. There's not a lot of money in Luton. Trust me. They got an airport. That's it.
It's like what? Valva's Bay.
Yeah.
What's
Is
that,
there
Lam?
an airport in Newcastle, Adam?
I'm saying it's like
Yes.
Valva's Bay.
I'm
Yeah.
just checking.
It is. Do you remember, Lam? Do you remember that you guys? I think you all remember that airport we all went to in
That's what
Namibia.
I'm saying. Valva's Bay in Namibia.
Belfast. Oh yeah, Belfast.
like
I didn't say it.
Yeah.
But you
That's
guys
what I'm
remember that
saying.
airport?
Wow.
The same dude at that airport. Just to give you an idea, the same dude at the airport he looked at all our passports and he checked our bags, and then I think he still flew the plane. It's the same thing at Luton. It's the same thing at Luton, except on a Saturday he plays up front for them.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So with Wolves, I don't think so. I initially when you said, hey, we're gonna do our predictions, I was looking at it and I didn't have Wolves going down. Because I thought Lopetegui he's a good enough manager to keep them up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it turns
I
out
also
they haven't
changed.
sacked him.
Yeah.
They haven't sacked him. He walked.
He left,
Mutual.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
mutual agreement. Mutual
Yeah.
termination.
That means he walked. That means he walked.
No.
That
no,
means
it
he
doesn't.
Nah.
No, it
That
doesn't.
means he walked. That's fancy
No.
for saying
If
I'm
he'd
not happy
walked-
with what's going on here.
If
I'm
he'd
walking.
walked,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have got
Yeah.
he wouldn't have got a payout. He got a payout still for mutual termination. So they agreed on like a settlement. They didn't have to pay him out fully. But anyway, it's semantics. Either way, they don't have Lopetegui anymore.
Yeah.
They're going down.
The
Yeah.
fact that he decided to do that, though, tells me that he doesn't have any faith in that club anymore, right?
They didn't give him
And-
the money. They didn't give him any
Well,
money.
I don't
Yeah,
think they
haven't
have
bought
the money
anyone.
to give him.
Well,
So
they blew all their money early. They signed Mateus Cunha on loan with
Yeah.
an obligation to buy. They ended up having to pay for him.
Two
Two goals in like 30 games last season.
Yeah.
They had Diego Costa, also did nothing. Adama Traore, 1 goal in 100 games. You know what I mean? Like they're just not firing.
And also,
Yeah.
I think the owners are Chinese, and the Chinese are actually trying to de-invest from football. So that's why they're pulling money out now.
Interesting.
Look,
makes
initially
sense.
I thought they have enough contacts in the game that they'll get some players on loan, and Lopetegui will just do enough and they'll stay up. But now I think he left because he knows nothing's going to happen. And
Yeah.
if nothing's going to happen, they're gone.
Yeah. And then Lam, let's hear your predictions, mate.
So with me,
Yeah.
last I got Sheffield.
Yeah.
19th I've got Luton.
Yeah.
And then my 18th team, that's the one where I'm like, I'm not sure. As much as Nottingham Forest, I actually penciled down Nottingham as 18th, but I'm like, you know what? I feel like there could be one of those teams that could be dragged down. Look, with Wolves, I get what you guys are saying, because I did this before the guy got fired this morning. Well, not fired, but he walked.
Yeah.
I've done it before then, but I do feel like I think it's Gary O'Neill who's going to be the replacement. I feel like the replacement is coming in, and the money they've gotten for like Neves, even the center forward. I feel like if they
thingy, Jimenez.
Jimenez. They only got 5 million for Jimenez.
Yeah, but that's just 5 pounds, bro.
Bro, Jimenez, Fulham
I'll take
overpaid
5 bar
5
right
million
now.
for Jimenez.
No,
I would
Paid
take that
for
5
Jimenez.
bar. I need 5
Bro.
bar. Like, if anyone has
Yeah.
5 bar, I might just
This is
what
not
I'm
a,
trying to say is like,
yeah.
I feel like with the funds that they do have, whether they do spend it or not, like what Shabazz said, maybe the Chinese are trying to invest in the league, which is possibly true. But I'm just saying, like, with the money that they have in the kitty already, whoever they bring in, if he gets 1 or 2 gems, he can do something there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas with Nottingham, right now, I feel like they did everything they could last season. And
Yeah.
this season,
Yeah.
they just literally just trying to get anything on loan. I mean, so I have Sheffield, Luton, and Nottingham. Those are my
Oh,
things.
Nottingham.
However, with Nottingham, I do feel like maybe there is that one team that maybe no one is expecting or no one is thinking of that could, like an Everton, if they don't sign
Mhm.
players. Like, I feel like there's that one team in 18th position that we might not all think could be there, but could be there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But for now, but not me. For me. And I feel like Wolves will get up, will get by because they've got money to spend. And they might not spend it now, but I feel like maybe in Jan, if they're in a position where they're like, you know what, we might spend money, they might do it. they might. Whereas I don't think Nottingham are in a position to spend any money. And that's
what I will say
as well.
what I will say about what I will say, you both of you guys have put Sheffield United down. What I will say in Sheffield United's defense, because to be fair, I had them like, let me just check. I think I had them like a couple of places above. So they are not going to have a good season, but I had them just surviving because I think, especially playing at home, I think they're going to be hard to beat. It'll be like they have a lot of the same defense that they had last time round. Chris Basham, George Bulldog, those type of players.
Yeah.
Quite decent defensive players. I think, they are going to struggle to score goals, but I think they're the kind of team that'll be hard to beat at home. I think that'll just keep them up. Whereas I think it's going to be free flowing for the other teams that we've spoken about.
That's the only reason why I have them bottom of the league, right? So this week I was watching a podcast, Overlap. And Overlap, they had all the guys from every team there, and they were asking him. And the guy from Sheffield, they asked him, like, oh, you guys are back in the Premier League. And I was like, yeah, I'm training. And he's like, we haven't signed any players. We sold our best players. The guy who was there representing the team was as pessimistic as anybody I've ever seen. So I was like, wow, if your main fan or the guy who's there to rally the team is as pessimistic as anybody else, that's why I was like, you know what? He clearly knows something we don't know because he watches them every week.
Yeah. No, fair enough. The fans know the most. You guys, the people know their clubs the most. I agree with you, but
that's the only reason why I have them there, because when that guy went there and he was like very adamant, like, yo guys, I'm not looking forward to the team. They're like, why not? And he was like, we sold our best players, whatever. And I was like, okay, you know what? He clearly knows his team better than we do. And that's the reason why I had him at the
2-1. Like, 2-1. I'll take it. Sheffield United then.
Look, another point I want to make is I have Forest just staying up, and I had them going down before I looked more into Lopetegui. But I think Brennan Johnson is just that good of a player that he can score and create the goals to keep them up.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably like a Europa League level player. So he might get like pinched in January by like, I don't
Gibbs
know.
White. Gibbs White as well had a fantastic Euros. So he's a good player as well.
Where the fuck is Lingard going this season?
He's free agent, bro.
He's a
Saudi.
free agent,
he must go Saudi. He must go cha-cha in Saudi there.
That's if they want him. That's if they want him at Saudi.
He's still in his 20s.
No, he's actually 31.
No, he's old
bro.
now.
92, dog.
He just looks hella young.
Yeah,
you can't be a kid forever. Like,
he's got that Adam Taylor
guy.
He's 30 years old. Yeah. I'm not going to say how old I am.
You already told us you're 33.
How would you know, Siobhan?
It's because, Adam, we've had this conversation. You are born precisely on the same day as Jordan Henderson.
And who else?
Well, I'm 2 years younger, so slow your vibe.
Yo,
Siobhan and I have the same birthday, yeah.
No, I get
it. But I'm 2 years younger, so remember that.
But wait, Henderson can't be 33 this year. He's 31 or
33. It's 33.
Henderson and I were born 10 minutes apart, same hospital. No, I'm joking.
One from Newcastle, one from Sunderland.
Oh, God. Let's just move on. Move on.
Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, let's move on, guys, because, I just have one. Okay, my three, I was leaning towards Adam's prediction. Like exactly how Adam had his.
Forest as well.
Yeah, of course. With Forest, I think last season they barely survived. They just made it. And you know what's crazy is that there's a lot of team that just made it. Everton. It's gonna be interesting. I think next season, bro, the relegation fight is gonna be maybe a 6 teams situation. I see it going that way. But
and I'm putting Bournemouth in there as well.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You see even with Bournemouth, you never know.
Fulham could be in there. You never know.
Not Fulham, dog. Not Fulham.
Look at Mitrovic.
Fulham got Jimenez and Mitrovic, dog.
Mitrovic doesn't want to play. Mitrovic wants to go
doesn't wanna
Saudi.
play.
He wants to go to
He
Saudi.
That's
money,
why they've
bro.
signed Jimenez. They've signed Jimenez because they
Yeah.
know Mitrovic is probably going to leave at some point.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Mitrovic can get them by, though.
He
That's what I
can.
mean.
But
I
he's
agree.
going.
That's why I haven't told that. That's why I haven't said that they're going down. But yeah, when we move up,
Yeah.
you'll see they're right there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, indeed. Yeah, guys, let's go. I'm cool with leaving Sheffield United there because I mean you guys are the guests, and I mean it was 2-1 to Shavar and
That's all right.
Demick. Yeah, so for me, I think it's cool if we can leave it the way it is. I don't have any issues with that. But of course, you know, lower mid-table. I mean, that's also it's not a difficult task, to select. But of course, we'll start off with Shavar. Who do you think, Shavar, will
So
be lower
I
mid?
think we all agree that Forest are going to be there, right?
100%.
And
Yeah.
we've
well,
spoken
if they're
about
not
it. I
being
think
relegated, they're there. Yeah.
they're there.
bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think Brendan
Yeah.
Johnson does enough to keep them up.
Yeah.
But again, if he goes in January or something, then I think they'll probably
Yeah.
go down. Another team that's on that edge is Everton. Nobody wants them to go down more than I do. But
I know.
I think they have
Yeah.
enough. And it really annoys me, but I think they have enough. Their defense is serviceable. Their midfield's not too shabby. But also I think there's just 4 teams that are worse than them. It's just that simple.
I agree. And Deitch
Yeah.
is the modern day Big Sam, so he knows how
Yeah,
to keep
Yeah.
these
he
teams
knows
up.
what he's doing. So I think they'll
Then he's
stay
got a better
up.
budget as well now.
Say again.
Then it's
Yo.
You're saying it's got a better budget instead of 20. Okay,
Yeah, but
better
no one,
players.
but no one wants
Who
to
have they
come.
bought?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
No, but it's got better players than it did at Burnley.
Right now, I would rather. I've put Burnley finishing higher than Everton.
No, not right now at Burnley. I'm saying when he was at Burnley.
Oh, when he was at Burnley. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, he had Chris Wood,
I'm saying
Ashley Barnes, and
he's got a
John
better
Cock
set
there.
of players now than he did when he was at Burnley.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I saw a Everton fan online complain that he thinks they're gonna get off to a bad start because Dwight McNeil is injured, and I'm like,
Nah.
Pinning
your
it's
hopes
not
on Dwight
even-
McNeil.
you should be fine. Like, he's a good player, but like, you'll be okay. Like, that's what I'm thinking to myself, and then I'm reading in the comments, and everybody else is like, yeah, who else do we have? And then I look at their squad, and I'm like, oh crap,
Yo,
Things are
they
bad.
did, bro.
things are
It's a
really
pretty-
bad. But anyway,
It's a pretty
they
dire
are,
squad.
yeah, it is. It is. I hope they go. I would be so happy, but I
Yeah.
think they stay up. I think they have just enough
Yes.
to stay up.
Just.
The other 3 teams, I'm gonna go West Ham actually. I'm gonna put West Ham in there
They're gonna have
because
Maguire. Are you sure, bro? Maguire's gonna do the things for them.
look, okay, maybe they'd be on the higher end of this, but I don't see them in the
Yeah.
tier above. West Ham, because they got rid of Rice and they've got who's this guy from the Portuguese league, I think. And now they've got Maguire, and then they want
And they got
want
Ward-Prowse.
McTominay as well.
They agreed a deal for James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
James Ward-Prowse is
Also-
the reason that I've put West Ham one higher up because I feel like
Okay,
they've
that's
actually
interesting.
I feel like Moyes has actually made some killer signings. They got Alvarez,
Yeah,
they got James Ward-Prowse. Maguire might
Alvarez.
actually do well at a West Ham. He might
yeah.
actually do well. Don't write him off immediately. Might go for Matoma. They got rid of Skamaka, so that's the thing about West Ham.
they don't
always
have goals.
don't have a striker. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Antonio is not. They
Antonio.
can't. Yeah, it's not
But
enough.
But he's also like, how old is he now? And he's very physical. So I
Don't
I
hate,
don't
bro.
see
He
how
made
they're
his-
gonna
he
score
just
goals.
Only recently made his debut for Jamaica. He peaked late. Just let him.
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And as well, I
anyway,
mean,
I've got
But
Go-
even
go
set
for it,
plays,
X.
guys. I mean, like Ward-Prowse, him coming in, they're going to be very heavily reliant on his delivery, and of course they've got height. I mean, Souček is like, how tall is that guy? He's
Yeah.
very tall.
Adds
Then
another
you've got
dynamic to
Maguire.
their game for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So from a
Yeah.
height standpoint, they really have tall players, and so yeah.
And don't forget, guys, last season West Ham won the Conference League. Like, yes, it's the
Yeah.
baby European tournament, and they had Declan Rice, obviously, but He still won it. So I don't know. I think you're being a bit harsh, Shavar, by having them so low down.
Look, I don't see it. And plus, their signings were made so late in the window. Have they had time to gel? I just don't
2
like
weeks
it. But
left in the window.
I will agree that look, maybe they're on the higher end of this. They're not going to be like 17th. They will be closer to 13th than to 17th. The other two I'm going to go for, we've spoken about them already, is Fulham and Bournemouth, and that's just like the obvious picks, right? I don't think anyone's really going to argue over those. We've spoken about Fulham, but I think they'll stay up because, again, I think they have enough. And
Marco Silva's a good coach as well.
Marco Silva's a good coach. Bournemouth's another one that could go down. But again, those three teams at the bottom are so badly run that I just think it will be them that go down.
Yeah. The only thing I'm objecting to, X, is I think for me, I had all the same teams except one. So I'm gonna sub out West Ham. For me personally, I think West Ham out. And I'm actually gonna put in Brentford because no Ivan Toney for most of the season.
But
who knows what shape he's gonna be in when he comes back. And Mbeumo can't carry the whole team there. Who else have they signed? They haven't made any big signings. They haven't actually strengthened the squad. All they've done is actually weaken the squad by not replacing Ivan Toney, and it's going to be hard for them to do it because he can't play football, so they can't even sell him. No one wants to even buy him. It's not even about if he's banned in the UK; he's banned everywhere. So he can't even train. He can't even play amateur football. It's so bad his ban. So for me, I've got Brentford having enough to survive, but in that lower mid to me.
All right, and then Lamb, do you have any?
No. So I had my three was at the bottom of Sheffield, Luton, and Nottingham. And then above them, I had Wolves, Everton, and Brentford. Bournemouth as well. I don't know why I didn't pick up Bournemouth, but I think Bournemouth will finish below. Okay, maybe not Wolves, but maybe Everton and Brentford because whatever. But I have Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, and and Wolves.
Like, you know what, with me, I agree with the four teams, Nottingham, Everton, Fulham, and Brentford. I think West Ham, with the inclusion of
I don't know
Ward-Prowse. I think Ward-Prowse is gonna make a big difference, man. Like, they're gonna be like prime Stoke. Remember Stoke City and long balls to Ryan Shawcross and shit. I think it's gonna be like that, bro. Like, they're gonna play a low block. They're gonna really stifle a lot of us, especially our team, Lamek. We struggle breaking down low blocks, and so I feel like West Ham are capable of getting like a point, especially against top teams.
To your point, as well. David Moyes is signing a lot of Premier League proven English players.
Yeah.
So he's getting Ward-Prowse. He's looking at McTominay. He's looking at Maguire. So all the players looking at are like guys who are
Edson Alvarez was linked with Chelsea a while back. He's been linked with all the
everyone's. I've been linked with Chelsea. Come on.
No, you have not. They don't need anyone to clean the showers, bro. Don't worry, they got it back.
But to X's point, so I feel like, and I think maybe that's where the disconnect could be between David Moyes and the owners. I feel like because they've got a new director of football who's not English, and I think he's pushing more like foreign players, whereas David Moyes is adamant about the English players. And I feel like so far David Moyes seems to be winning, which is why they probably got Ward-Prowse, and they could probably get Maguire. And honestly, I think that if and when West Ham get Maguire, I feel like it'll be a very good signing for them. He's not good for United, but I feel like he will do.
That's his level.
That's his level. Yeah, agreed.
However, with my statement though, I do feel that if they do lose like a Paqueta and a Declan Rice, I feel like they need to also strengthen up in midfield because Maguire.
They need some creativity.
Because I did see.
Maguire is. I feel like you need like one or two players ahead of him who are just gonna be able to like relieve the pressure of defense. So he'll handle the defense, but they need guys who are gonna be able to like people like, okay, I'll sort out the defense and the goalkeeper, and
Can't
you
win
guys
without
will
scoring
score
goals, that's for sure.
and scoring goals is sorted out. If they can get like one or two guys who'll be able to relieve the pressure, because apparently, from what I've read, is that Moyes wants him to be captain. So if he does go there and become the captain, I think he'll feel really.
Are you for real, dog? I'm quiet, dog.
Has he not
I
learned
don't
his
get why
lesson?
they, but I don't get how they rate this guy so highly. It's crazy, bro.
English text is one, but I honestly do believe Maguire at a West Ham,
Yeah,
he will look like a player that was signed for a bargain.
He'll look like a player that should be playing for a better team,
Yeah.
potentially.
yeah.
Or he could just
It's-
be as shit as he was at
and that's-
Manchester United. I
and-
mean,
And that's because Yeah.
before you come in, he'll look like
Yeah.
a knockout. You know, a knockout at Brighton back then was a very good player, but you were like a knockout outside of Brighton was a good player.
yeah.
You know those players like you're like okay, or like what's that guy? The guy who used to play for Hull with the
Which
long
one?
hair.
Giovanni.
Not Giovanni.
Or
Jimmy
Jimmy
had
Bullard.
short hair.
Bullard.
Jimmy
exactly.
Bullard.
yeah.
You look
Yeah.
like a Bullard. You look like one of those guys. Like when he's in that team, you're like, we can't
Yeah.
survive without him. But if you take a Bullard and you put him in a better team, even like a West Ham or like even a
Yeah.
fucking Brighton or something, he looks out of place.
Okay,
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
I don't agree with the two players you said because they both went from those teams to Fulham. So it's not
Yeah.
like either of them had an upgrade. but
Yeah.
but like look
Adam,
at Stuart
Adam,
Downing. Do you remember
wait,
Stuart Downing when he went to
wait,
Liverpool?
Don't remind
was-
me about
He
Stuart
was
Downing.
amazing at Middlesbrough. He was amazing when he went to Liverpool. It was
Yeah.
like, dude, are you
It's like,
lost?
it's like this is a bad
Yeah.
example for South African, but it's like when
Yeah.
that guy from Everton went to Spurs.
Pienaar.
When Pienaar went Spurs.
No.
Oh, that was a
It's one of those
disaster.
situations
Oh my
where, like,
god.
the guy at the team is actually like he's amazing, and then you put him in a team or a league better than where he is at, and you're like, okay, I can see the discrepancy, and you can understand why he's being benched. So I feel like a Maguire is a situation where when he goes there, you're like, oh my god, this guy does not belong in this team. But when you put him in
Yeah.
a team better than where he's at, then you see why he's not at that team. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
That makes total
So
sense.
That's what I
Yeah.
feel about Maguire. So I do feel that if they get a Maguire, I think Maguire will excel if and when they do replace Declan Rice and if and when they do lose Bakea. If they lose those two guys and they
Yeah.
replace them with like 2 or 3 or 4 guys, I feel like then and Maguire goes there, I feel like Maguire will be a better player than he has been at United.
Yeah, and
Playing
that's
three-
also another thing is that
Creaso's comment here. West Hampton. Hey,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
West Hamptonshire, Lincolnstone. If they're to me, I feel like if City are sniffing around Paqueta, it's done. It's done.
Dude,
Yeah.
they rejected 88 mil today.
Yes.
They-
80 bar.
Yeah,
88!
they won 100, bro. They won
Bro,
100.
don't worry, the player's
West
gonna.
Ham-
I can tell you now,
But-
Paqueta's the type of player he's gonna kick off, bro. He's gonna hand in a transfer
No,
request.
I
It's
know.
gonna.
He's
Yeah.
South American. I'm not denying that.
And-
but the fact that they rejected 88 mil, West Ham
Yeah.
rejected today 88 mil for him. That
The
is a
thing
lot
is
of
that-
money, bro.
The thing is
So
that
are they basically
Lamic,
saying
bro.
they want like Declan Rice money for him.
Yeah, because for me, I feel like Paqueta, especially for Man City style of play, he suits it to the T, dog. Paqueta's gonna be
but
oozing
if
for
City's gonna
City,
pay more
dog.
than 88 mil, dog. Because
We don't
Bro, you've
know.
seen, bro. City have got Qatari money, bro. You've seen
They
that
do.
meme of DJ Khaled when he's giving that chick money. He's like, "Go buy your house,
Yeah,
go buy
Go
your
buy your
mom's
mama
house. Bro, you loyal, you're beautiful." That's
Yeah.
exactly what they're gonna do to Paqueta, bro.
Say my name.
But-
Say
but-
my
so guys, I'll
name.
take- I'll take the L on
City,
West
not
Ham.
United. City.
I'll take the L on West
yeah.
Ham. I'll
Yeah.
take that one. I'm
Yeah,
outvoted.
yeah.
I just want to say on Brighton though. I mean on Brentford though. When we played against them, the way they
Yeah.
pressed us and suffocated us so high, I remember when we used to do that to teams. So that's why
but-
I'm
But
I'm a
dog,
bit of a
your
fan of
team
them.
last season didn't have a midfield.
Yes, but they did it to City as well.
Yeah, they did. They also won.
So, and I think they gave United like
And
4,
United,
but
and
I mean,
United.
everyone.
Yeah.
Teams can
They-
do that in one season, Shiva. They need to.
No,
Teams
but-
get found out.
I mean, they did
If
that
they-
the previous season as well, right?
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
they strengthen the team. They strengthen the team. They signed Visa. They
No,
signed
look,
Janssen.
as I said,
Yeah.
I'm taking the L. I'm taking the L here, but
Yeah.
I just have to say that in their favor. Like, I absolutely loved watching them last year because they reminded me of like Klopp Liverpool when he first came in, where they were just
Yeah,
on
the good
top
old
of you
days.
and you couldn't breathe. Yeah, the
Yeah,
days when
yeah.
we were still, Europa
Stop living in
League,
the past, Shiva.
chilling in Adam's section there.
Yeah,
now
you're
we're on
losing
to
your
bigger and
players
better
to
things.
Saudi, bro.
Yeah, now you lose. That's true.
We'll
That's true.
speak
They've
about my
lost
club
quite a
later.
lot because
We
they
will.
lost quite a lot. All right, guys. Of course, higher mid-table. Let's start with you, Lamek, since we haven't heard your predictions from jump from mid
Okay,
higher.
fine. I think West Ham is fine there. I think Brighton will also, not Brighton. Yeah, Brighton, possibly because
Yeah.
Brighton's playing Europa League this season, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
And I feel
Yeah,
like
they are.
Burnley will also reach the ceiling at this level.
Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah, I also
as
agree.
well.
I think they play amazing football.
And then the last team, I don't know, it depends. So I would probably have it depends. I think a Spurs only because I've never seen but let me explain. Only
Bro, there's
because-
Palace. Lamek, there's Palace, bro. Come on.
Okay, actually,
Palace gotta go. Though.
Yeah.
You can't see Palace in
Yeah.
the Europa League spots. They gotta go.
Exactly.
No, you're right. Palace,
Yeah.
I forgot about Palace.
Yeah.
So I think that's it, and I can explain all of them. Brighton, I feel like because of Europa League demands and the squad,
Yeah.
it might not be that
Makes
well.
sense.
And
Yeah.
I think with Burnley, as much as they've got a good coach, probably got a
Yeah.
decent team, but I can't see them punching above that weight in their first season in the Premier
But that's a
League.
good season. For
I
them
think
to
that's
finish there,
an
it's a great
amazing season for them.
Amazing for
Very
company. Company
Yeah.
will then go and get a proper job at a decent club.
Yeah,
Because I think
Yeah.
company
and-
is too good of a coach for Burnley.
Yeah.
No offense
Yep.
to Burnley, but it's
and
too
you're right,
good.
Yep.
Adam, because I feel like this season for company, it's him applying for a better job.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like
100%.
when Thing was saying at his first season at Crystal Palace when he didn't go to Arsenal or whatever. The guy at Palace now. Oh, before he got replaced. But I feel like this is
Yeah.
the season when company's gonna be applying for a better
To be honest, there's three clubs in that area. You got Company, you got De Zerbi at Brighton, and you got Vieira. I mean, you got Hodgson. No,
and
I
the
take it back. Not Hodgson
Hodgson,
and
Please
Moyes.
don't
They're
talk
too old.
about Hodgson.
They're too old.
Yeah, they're too
They're too
old.
old. But De Zerbi,
This is-
and
yeah.
Company are probably too good for those clubs and will probably leave.
Yeah. Definitely.
I would actually explore the idea of taking De Zerbi when the unspeakable happens. But we'll speak about that when the time
When
comes.
the
yeah.
inevitable happens.
The unspeakable, when the unspeakable happens. But we'll talk about that when the time comes. We've got another 5 years before that.
Which I can not 5 years. I can actually see that because
One season, bro. It could be this
guys-
season even.
you guys been punching above the weight for so long, especially if this season, if he does not get back. I mean, you guys sold for.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this
Yeah,
later.
wait. Yeah, we haven't yet.
Can we just-
Yeah,
can we
you're
just-
right.
We'll get
we
there.
just-
We'll get to
Can
my
we just
club.
Can we just
Okay,
put
yeah, let's
Tottenham
put-
in here and move on? Can we just put
Yes.
Spurs here and move on?
I agree.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree. Because it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 5 teams there.
Yeah, it's 5.
So I've
yeah.
also got Spurs.
I
there.
think Spurs are on the lower side there.
And
Also-
the only reason
Also,
why I'm gonna put Spurs there is because I don't know their manager, I don't know the team, I don't know anything.
No one
about-
knows their manager, bro. Even the
Yeah.
people in Australia don't know the manager. You ask people who was the national captain in 2000 and who took you to the World Cup. Not a clue, bro. Like they
Mark Viduka.
honestly, bro.
Yeah.
Ange Postecoglou is this man. I don't know if you guys have looked at this man's record. He managed the under-17s for Australia. He managed Brisbane Roar. He played for Brisbane Roar. That's the best he ever did in his career. Then he managed some team in the 4th division of Greece. Some random team in Japan, and then he got the Celtic job. And all of a sudden, he cracks Tottenham Hotspur.
But that's what
There
I'm
is
saying.
no way this guy.
I think nobody. I think nobody else.
I also
wants
think
to
he's
go
going to be
Tottenham.
he's going to be the first sacking of the season as well.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, hands down, because
We're
Daniel
gonna
Levy
clip
doesn't.
you,
Daniel
Adam,
Levy,
bro. 39 minutes and
clip me,
55 seconds.
boom, clip me. I'll call it right now.
Man, let me write it down.
Ange Postecoglou, Spurs will finish outside the top 10, and Ange
Yeah.
Postecoglou will be the first sacking of the season, and that's when it all unravels. Because whether Harry Kane goes or not, which I don't think he will, I mean, that's a whole other video, but either way, whether Harry Kane goes or not, they're still finishing outside the top 10, and they're going to have issues with managers because they're going to lose Postecoglou. Like you say, Siobhan, no one else is going to come, so they're going to end up with someone random to kind of caretake the role. Ryan Mason's going to try and do the role again. You know what I mean? And it's just going to be like that the whole season for them. They'll blow hot, blow cold, and eventually they'll finish outside the top 10.
I think, okay, I'm making two assumptions in my predictions. The first one of those assumptions is I think Kane goes. And that's why I actually have Spurs outside the top 10 as well. If Kane stays, I have them closer to 8th, but still in that bracket. If he goes, I have them closer to 12th, but still in that bracket.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. But of course, I'm clipping Adam there. Like, that's a very bold statement. And I'm not saying that it's not true or anything. It's just a very bold statement.
I back myself.
And you should. You should.
Back myself.
You should, guys.
More power to you, Adam. But I actually don't disagree with you. So.
And on the topic of Harry Kane leaving, I don't think he's going to go, Shivar. The thing is, like, if
Bayern Munich have a bid accepted today?
Yeah, they had a bid accepted. That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Why would he go? Exactly. He's 36 goals away from breaking the Premier League record. And everyone's like, oh, I had this. But this is the thing. I had this debate with someone at work. Like, no one is going to care if Harry Kane wins 10 Bundesligas and 10 Super Bowl Cups or whatever they call it there, and maybe even one Champions League. No one will care. But
they'll care if
they'll care.
Wait. They'll care.
They won't. The big
if it's a Champions League, they'll care. But I agree with you on the Bundesliga. They're not going to care.
If he's winning with Spurs, different thing. But winning it with Bayern, they won't care.
Yeah.
Same way that no one cares that Alan Shearer ever won a Premier League. They care because he is the all-time Premier League top scorer. And that's what Kane should go for.
He's only in the conversation of, even though he is the all-time Premier League goal scorer, he's only in the conversation with Henry.
If he had not won
because he won the Premier League.
If he had not won that Premier League, but he is the all-time leading top scorer by like a long shot, he's still the highest scorer in the Premier League history.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
So let's check out this comment by Crizzle. Kane
Crizzle's
wants
right.
the Prem record.
Crizzle's right.
Yeah, he is. Only suitable team for Kane is United. So you're telling me in the next season
that happens, then I'm making
at Spurs for a season and not renewed contract and go to United on a free.
For free, yeah. Come on, Lam. You must.
No, you just signed Højlund. Højlund is a top quality striker, guys. Watch the space for Højlund.
How many goals did he get in the league last season, Højlund?
Højlund is not going to get 20 goals.
9.
Yeah, 9.
It's not going to happen.
No, but like, you know what?
2 or 3 seasons. But
I agree with ads in the sense that, bro, like this guy, I was watching UEFA Nations League. He scored a hat trick for Denmark, and he's 6 goals in 6 games for his national team. And I mean, of course, Denmark is not like the powerhouse of Europe. So for him to stand out in a team like Denmark and look like the best player on the field. And he's 20 years old. That's another thing. He's still a lighty, even though he looks hella old.
But
he's good, bro.
He's the guy to carry United to the Premier League this season.
Not this season. Not this season.
That's my point.
I think we're all arguing here, but we're all kind of.
I'd rather have Greenwood as my first choice then.
Whoa, you can't talk about
You couldn't even say his full name.
Let's not go there.
Edit that out, bro. You can't talk about Greenwood. Whoa,
I'm not talking about the controversy.
You heard the recording, Lam.
No, look, I'm not talking about the controversy behind it. I'm just saying, like, as a player who hasn't played for like 18 or 20 months, as a United fan, I'd feel more comfortable as a Greenwood being my first choice centre forward than him. I'm not talking about the controversy what he did. I'm not disputing, I'm not arguing, I'm not fighting, and he deserves what he's getting. But I'm just saying, as a fan, personally,
You mean
I would
someone of
agree
Greenwood's
with-
ability?
Yes, yes.
Rather
Thank you.
leave it at that, Siobhan.
That's what I
You
mean.
know,
So
that's why
Greenwood's ability, I would rather have someone with Greenwood's ability than him right now to be leading or being the number one.
You, Mason Greenwood, and Adam Johnson can have a beer whilst you watch Højlund score 20 goals.
Yeah. And I think Højlund's about the right age for both Mason Greenwood and Adam Johnson.
Yeah.
So I'd be a little bit too old for Adam Johnson. But anyway, let's move on. This is becoming a dangerous conversation. I think I was going to say we're all arguing, but we kind of putting Spurs at the same place regardless, right?
They're still there. Yeah, they're still there. I mean, I fully agree as well, man. You know, so yeah, for me, I'm happy with higher mid-table.
That's good.
Then, of course, Europa Conference League. Interesting. Can I go first?
Go for it.
Want to be controversial? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I'm not ready? But go for it. Ooh.
You know why?
That's a good shout. That's a really good
why?
shout.
They were Champions League.
You know why?
Players.
Exact, bro. Guys, Champions League.
No, but on the real, Adam,
bro, hear me out.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Hear me out.
Headset, don't worry, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Wait, the players you guys are signing right now are the players you guys could have signed if in Europa League. I felt that you guys are going to be Champions League. You're going to be punching above your weight and getting players better. I think there's only one player that you guys have signed this season where I'm like, actually, yeah, I get it. And that's the guy from AC Milan. Other than him, Harvey Barnes, dog. Are you going to tell me Harvey Barnes improved?
I like Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
No,
I think... controversial opinion. Controversial opinion. I think Harvey Barnes is not a better footballer, but I think he will do better at Newcastle than ASM did.
It's true.
No,
stats wise, you can't deny.
But what I'm trying to say, like Siobhan, where Newcastle finished this season, I thought they could sign better players than Harvey Barnes.
Yeah. No, I get you. And Harvey Barnes could be a player that they would have signed if they didn't finish in the Champions League. I get you. I agree with that.
And that's my reason. So I'm like, with Newcastle this season, I feel like you're signing players that you could have signed if you didn't even get Champions League. So I thought by you guys making Champions League, you'd have gone a step further and like pursued better players. And I'm not saying Harvey Barnes won't be a good player or the guys you've signed are not going to be good players, but I just felt like where you guys finished the season, you would have gone and signed better players.
Okay. Yeah. I've heard enough. Lamek, actually agree with you completely. We are definitely punching above our weight. Harvey Barnes is a Europa League signing. But the problem is there's this little thing called financial fair play, right? If we wanted to sign players to be competitive in the Champions League and then hopefully still finish in the top 4, I agree. We needed to be signing the type of players who are going to Saudi Arabia, to be honest.
No, but
or like someone like a Ruben Neves, someone, we definitely should have signed. We definitely need to have signed a much higher caliber of player than Harvey Barnes, Sandro Tonali, and Tino Livramento. It's obvious. But I still think that with Eddie Howe, the strength and depth we've got, despite the fact that there hasn't been a lot of signings, the players that we do have, we've got Isak. I think Anthony Gordon's going to have a good season.
I think Isak is Champions
League quality. Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton are just going to keep getting better. I think the squad is just getting better and better. I don't think we're going to do as well as last season, but I didn't have us finishing 7th. I had a different club in 7th.
All right. Okay, guys. I mean, Siobhan and Lamek can give their opinion. What you say?
I was gonna put a different club in 7th, but I thought about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, right? I think Eddie Howe is a good manager. I don't know how he will cope trying to juggle the Premier League and the Champions League at the same time.
That's where and I think that's where the jury's out, because like
But-
we've never
Yeah.
seen it before in that situation.
But there's
Yeah.
a big but here, right? Jose Mourinho does have ties to Newcastle United.
Oh,
And-
big ties.
I mean, if
You-
halfway
you-
through the season
I
they
just
suddenly sack, Howe
And,
because he's in seventh.
honestly, it's
and
like
bring
a
in
fairy
Jose.
tale. Jose,
you
I think
take
you can ask.
Jose.
You can ask
You know
any
what?
Newcastle fan. You can ask any
Yeah.
Newcastle fan in the world because of Jose Mourinho's affiliation, affection, and connection to Sir Bobby Robson. So Bobby Robson was his first child's godfather. He was his
Yeah.
assistant coach at Barcelona. He was his assistant coach and translator at Porto. Because of that connection, the Newcastle fans have always had this thing for Jose Mourinho. There was also this funny thing about, he could never win at St. James's Park because he didn't want to disgrace Sir Bobby, but it's bullshit. He just couldn't win there for footballing reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, any Newcastle fan would take Jose at any point over Eddie Howe. It's just one of those things that they just would. But guys, I don't know. That I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna put it out there. I think Newcastle will finish probably. I'm hoping for fourth,
Five,
but
sixth?
probably fifth or sixth. I'm hoping for fourth, but probably 5 or 6. I think Chelsea are finishing in 7th.
That's not a
but
look,
Chelsea have no
okay.
but Chelsea have no European competitions. They don't
And
have a lot
that's
of
why I
history.
have them higher. So for me, the three
Yeah.
teams that we're looking at for 5, 6, and 7, if
Yeah.
they finish in completely the reverse order, I am not surprised at all, like one bit. If the team I have 7th, which is Newcastle, finish 5th, I'm not surprised. I just think it's a little bit too much for Eddie Howe. And I think he is your stepping stone manager. And I think if he gets you 7th and into the Conference League, and next year you get Jose and Jose wins you the Conference League, you would take that.
I'd love it. Oh man, I'd be on
Yeah,
a plane
that's
to
true.
Azerbaijan or wherever they have the
And-
Conference League
and-
final. I'd go, bro.
Yeah.
And I agree with Shavar in the sense that
Yeah.
I feel that with Eddie Howe, you guys never expected him to get 4th position.
No, we
No.
honestly we are so far ahead in terms of where we should
Exactly.
be.
So I
Yeah.
don't think you guys expected Eddie Howe to get that. I thought like maybe his first season he could get you by, second season like maybe get you whatever. So I feel like he's overachieved last season.
Dude,
So
his mandate was to survive relegation in the first season, not qualify for the
Yeah.
Champions League. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm happy with where we've put Newcastle. I'll take 7th when I think about it and think about how we have overachieved. I'll take 7th.
and you got
but
European competition, bro. Like you guys,
it's
European
it's gonna be hard, especially if we pick up a few
Yeah.
injuries. It's gonna be hard. We don't have a lot of strength
Yeah.
in depth when it comes to the young players. There's a couple of good youngsters: Elliot Anderson, Lewis
Yeah.
Miley, Alex Murphy. Some couple good young, but you can't win it. You can't qualify for the Champions League with youngsters. It's not
Yeah.
like it was in the olden days where Manchester United were playing youngsters and qualifying
with
for
the
Champions League.
92
It's
squad,
different.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
like
different-
when those
different
youngsters
game.
are David Beckham and Paul Scholes, it's
Well, this is it. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
it. But also, you're
It's like-
playing one youngster in and amongst 10 senior players. Anyway, I'll take it, guys. I'll take 7th.
Yeah. And as well, just to add, you guys are not gonna be, especially with this Champions League seeding, you guys are gonna most probably be in either part 3 or 4. So there's a possibility you guys might
gonna
get
get
Real
some-
Madrid and
Get
Bayern.
some strong
And
teams.
No,
Yeah.
Real Madrid and Bayern in one group.
Did
You know,
Europa League.
Actually,
Oh,
you talk about the seedings. The seedings are
Yeah.
based. Do you know how the seedings are worked on?
not really. I'm not too sure. I thought.
is
the
it not
seeding
based
is
on performance in European competition?
Yeah.
Exactly. Newcastle
So
Yeah.
you
won
guys
the
could actually
Champions
be
League before.
4th.
No.
What?
Wow.
You've not won the
No.
Champions League before.
When we were in the Europa League, we were in the top seed based on European competition. You guys forget that in the early 2000s and in the 90s, Newcastle were consistently in the Premier
Yes,
League. Newcastle have
Yeah.
played
You
more
were
I mean, in
consistently
the Champions League.
but
In
I
the
don't think
Champions
you won
League, Champions League. No, we never won it. We won it when it was the Fairs Cup in 60 something.
Woo.
The
Back
Fairs
then.
Cup.
I'm just saying
Is that where
we
that-
have
where that
we've
Chelsea
played we've had more seasons in the Champions League than Manchester City. So
Yeah.
yes, we
Yeah.
might not have won
Yeah.
it. They've won it, so that's obviously huge for their coefficient. But I don't think we'll be in part 3. I think we could actually be in part 2. Maybe not part 1, but I think we could be in part 2.
Part
But
two.
I think
either
part
way,
two
United
is-
and
either
Arsenal.
way, that means we
Yeah,
take.
I think
we
part
take
2 is a bit
team-
high.
Nah,
But
ads. That's too high, King.
But
Part
it
two is a
doesn't,
bit high.
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter because if we go into part 2, we knock out a team from part 2 to part 3, and ultimately that's a strong team that you got to play against anyway.
Yeah.
So it's
I
Champions is going to be hard for us. 100%.
Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult, and especially if you guys aren't like experienced in recent times,
Of course,
like
no,
you
of
see
course not.
what my
Then
club,
that
Wood
would be it.
United. Wood United, I know we haven't been qualifying as consistently as your cities, but at least we are familiar with the anthem. I mean, I mean, no shade, bro. But I just think it's just gonna be a lot of.
Don't worry. When I go watch
Yeah.
a Champions League game, I'll play the anthem
Please.
for you so you guys can hear it.
Please, yeah, you must. Hey guys, let's move on.
I can afford to go.
Europa League. I say Aston Villa are gonna be a surprise, guys. Aston Villa, I fear this team.
So I
Let's
thought
just
the
have a
same,
few
but
players.
now I feel like we all agree on
Yeah.
this, so it's not really
Yeah,
a surprise
yeah.
anymore, right?
I had him there as well.
Yeah. But I'm just saying they're gonna be very tough to beat. They're gonna be a very solid team. Yuri Tillemans, especially my player, Kamara. That man,
Dude,
I rate that guy so
I want
highly.
that guy. I want
That guy's a
that guy.
baller.
That guy's a midfielder that we're
Baller.
looking for.
Guys,
Dude, at Marseille, that guy was a problem at Marseille.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
A problem.
I wanted
Diaby.
him then.
have you guys seen Diaby?
Diaby's
Did you
good.
see his
Moussa
goal that he
Diaby's
scored in
good.
pre-season?
Diaby's a player.
Guys,
He's a player, guys.
Pau Torres.
is building a team. Listen to that.
Torres.
bruh.
So
Pau Torres. How did he
Laporte,
get Pau Torres? I mean,
Laporte
Dude.
was actually benching for Torres.
bro, you
right?
play
This
any
is
you play any
Laporte.
FIFA save, Pau Torres moves to Real Madrid for like 100 mil in a couple of years.
All
time.
the
Like,
time.
How
Yeah.
did he get Pau Torres? That was crazy. How did he get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did he get Diaby? How did?
Dude.
Haven't
And
they
I
signed
also rate
someone else?
Jacob Ramsey. I also
Yeah.
rate Jacob. I know he's
Jacob
injured,
Ramsey.
but
Yeah, he's
when he's
good.
back, I rate him. And Martinez, come on, World Cup winner.
Yeah.
There's like
World Cup winner and he's a clown, bro. You love it.
Yeah.
I don't think they have enough
Yeah.
to finish in the Champions League, but
Yeah.
I think they win the Conference League.
Yeah.
I mean, Emery he does that, right?
Emery knows
he
how to
used
win
to win.
these leagues, bro.
He used to win the Europa League for free. Now it's the Conference
Villa,
League. Like,
Villa are the
win that
new
in his sleep.
Seville.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, man. Like Villa are gonna be, especially if we go to their stadium, man. It's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be a very tough fixture, bro. And don't you guys play them in your second fixture, ads, or was it your first fixture?
But it's
Villa
better to
first
play
fixture,
Derby, bro.
first game.
First
Villa.
fixture.
First
And
game,
I can
home
tell
to
you
Villa.
now, ads,
Gonna be a
I
good
love
game.
you, my friend, but I think Villa's gonna beat you guys.
I don't know. We've had a
Personally.
really we thumped Villarreal and we thumped who was the
Yeah.
other team in that Silla Cup? Fiorentino. So we've
Mm.
played and beaten some good teams. We already
Yeah.
beat Villa once already this season in the okay. I know it was like a preseason thing, but we've already
Yeah.
beat them. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Newcastle will probably win it 2-1. But either way, I think Villa are going to have a good season. It hurts me to say that they might finish above Newcastle because I feel like
I
Yeah.
do too.
in fact,
Yeah.
they're signing the type of players that we should have
you
signed.
said.
We
Yes.
should have signed
Yeah.
Pau Torres. We should have signed Diaby.
Exactly.
We should have we should be pinching players off them. We should be getting Watkins, Ramsey,
And listen to that.
Douglas
These guys
Luiz.
have-
We should be getting those guys from them.
And Villa have depth. That's another thing. They've got
Yeah,
serious
bro.
depth, bro.
Well,
Like
but
Coutinho
Bendua-
is
Bendua
benching
playing,
for
bro.
them.
Coutinho and Bendua.
Dude. And then
Buendia.
even
I
who's
like
this guy?
Buendia.
Yeah.
Buendia. And then who's this guy from Jamaica?
Bailey.
Bailey.
They got
Leon Bailey.
You see what I'm
Bailey.
saying?
FIFA
Bailey,
Wonder Kid,
that's
bro.
the
He's
keeper.
gonna
You
get
see?
better.
They've quite
got
They
the
got a
Yeah.
power
But-
team.
You see?
I'm going to reiterate
Matty
this,
Cash,
right?
even Poland
Yeah.
superstar.
Yeah, I'm gonna reiterate this. These three teams, and I'm pretty sure we're all gonna agree on who the third team is. If Villa
Yeah.
finish 7th and Newcastle finish 5th, I would not be surprised.
Neither,
Because
wow.
Yeah.
Neither.
If it
Because
turns
I
all the way
think-
around, yeah.
Yeah.
but I would be surprised if Villa finish 8th.
So we're all happy to put Chelsea as the other team there.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we all
Chelsea.
agree.
Yeah. Even though, did you
Sounds
see Nkunku's out
But
for
wait,
4
wait,
months?
but guys,
Bro, and
can I
glass,
just-
the man
Yeah.
is glass.
Wait, can I just put
Yeah.
a disclaimer with Chelsea? Like, as much as
Yeah.
I'm happy to put them in fifth, my only issue with Chelsea is that they got a manager now who's gotten a better budget than he ever has in the Premier League.
And that's why I'm putting them 5th instead of 8th.
And the thing with him as well, like he's also been able to get the best out of young players. And he seems to be only signing young players.
Enzo and Mudryk could ruin the league.
What you're saying, we can put them in 5th. But I'm just saying, like,
but that's Champions League as well.
But he doesn't have Champions League as well. He's got nothing.
No, but you qualify for Champions League if you finish
fifth.
This season. Coefficient gets an extra spot.
Like the fact that he doesn't also have Champions League this season.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I'm like, okay, Chelsea.
It could be good for them. They could find really good consistency. I thought it was a dodgy decision to make Reece James a captain, though. I would have given it to Thiago for his last year. I don't know why. That was a dodgy one. I think they wanted to save his sister because his sister is stamping on bitches there. So I don't know.
Yeah, did you see?
Bro, that was crazy. And everyone was like, "Did she beat?" I was like, "She definitely made." She went back for it. She was like.
She even tweeted about it. But also, the other reason why I didn't get why James got the captaincy, I'm like, this guy, how many games did he play last season? Starting.
He was injured most of the season.
No, but he's an injury-prone player. Like,
exactly. Your captain needs to play.
Thiago Alcantara.
Why would he be the captain when someone like who only plays like 20, 25 games a season anyway, starting?
And this is why I don't think Chelsea will actually finish higher because look at how many injury-prone players they have. Reece James won't play a full season. Ben Chilwell won't play a full season. Thiago Silva, Cucurella, all those guys probably not play a full season. Exactly. Between
something weird's going on with their goalkeepers.
Sterling hasn't completed a full season. We still don't know what the situation. They still have Aubameyang and Lukaku, guys. Oh no, but Aubameyang went Marseille. They went Marseille, but they still got Lukaku. We don't know what's going to happen there. So they've got a lot of injury players that can get.
I think it was the first day back in training today. He took a picture.
He has no choice, bro. He has to go back. They're no longer interested in him. It's because he's got a big mouth. That's the thing. You see, when you
saw
took
what Juve did.
Yeah, they were very scandalous there. That's my Italian team, but Juve is known for nonsense behavior.
Yeah, I mean,
2006
dodginess going on there.
Yeah, 2006 is like one example of what they do. But guys, we at the top end. Man, it's crazy, Lamik, how our team, dog, we now consider with our chest that we're gonna qualify for Champions League. Like, last season
it's last season.
Yeah. Okay, I know. Cool. But hey,
can I go first here?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I go first?
I haven't gone first in so long, guys. Let me go.
Okay, you can go first in the next one. You can go first.
No, I'll go now. No,
I'm going first.
I think
Adam, your team's out there.
You put my team there by going before me. So can I go?
Yeah,
you can go. Okay, fine. You can go. You can go.
Liverpool.
Because I think we agree here. So you can go.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Drum roll, please.
I agree.
Liverpool.
And earlier on, I said I was making two assumptions with these predictions. The assumption that I'm making is that we actually signed Lavia, and I think we finish 4th.
Bro, you guys have been so embarrassing with that Lavia thing. Carragher said it's correct. Like, just pay the money. Don't stop doing Arsenal things and paying like 50 million and £1. You know what I mean? Like, just pay the money. So
exactly.
Liverpool.
I agree. There's no way we come out of this looking good, but we should just get it over the line at this point.
Because you put my team in 7th, I'm going to come up with reasons why Liverpool probably can't qualify for the Champions League.
Wow.
But I'm joking. I'm not going to be that petty. I'll leave Liverpool in 4th. I think no Champions League this season either, right?
Yeah.
Europa League.
Europa League, but that Europa
I don't know that noise that you made. What is that noise? Am I gonna find out this season?
That's how.
I don't know this noise. What are you guys doing?
You're gonna know it.
There's no halftime.
Okay, I'm gonna know it.
In Champions League, when it's halftime, there's always a panel and they discuss. With Europa League, there's none of that shit.
Now of us watch adverts and highlights.
The players get orange slices and you go play the second half, bro. You think they got proper broadcasting in Hungary and shit like that, bro?
The best thing I heard was actually from someone at work today. They said, I can't go to ladies' night, but I also can't go to church because I have to watch my team play Thursday, Sunday.
Oh shit. Okay, man, the oranges one, man.
But I think honestly,
Yeah.
Klopp
and the
doesn't give a
orange
shit
one
about the Europa League. He's gonna
the
play
orange
Basanic
one
and
I think-
fucking John
I
and
think
Bobby-
we're going to win the Europa League actually.
Bobby
Because the
Brown
last
and
time he was there,
Ben Doak
the last
and all
time he
these-
was there,
these
but
random
also-
Englishmen.
also he's going to play
Yeah.
Diaz and Jota and Darwin Núñez and
Bro.
Thiago Alcantara. So we've got enough. Like the
Yeah.
only place that we
Fourth
are really
seems fair
lacking
for Liverpool.
is defensive midfield. I don't think
Yeah.
Lavia is good enough to be our only defensive midfielder. Like
Mhm.
we've also made a bid for Caicedo, but I think that's just to piss Chelsea off.
That's just
But if
that's
we
just to
get-
drive the price up there.
Yo,
Exactly. If we do get Caicedo, I know we won't. Like I'm not saying we're gonna get it.
You
But
got
if we
McAllister and
do-
Slobosai, great players.
Then I'm going
Yeah.
second, but I don't think we will. I don't think we will. So I'm going fourth.
Yeah.
I think Klopp's gonna work yet another miracle.
You know,
Um,
you know what, Shiva? I'm sorry, but like, I don't know, man. This could be the season that it just goes all wrong for Klopp. I'm sorry. I just
That was
I
last
just feel
season.
like
That's already happened.
but did it though? Could it get worse? Could it get worse? It could. It could get worse.
I don't think so. I don't think it'll get worse
As-
because
I don't know. I want to ask the other two.
okay.
Has
Yeah.
let's-
Klopp's time in Liverpool run out? Has it been?
I
Is it
can
a
concur-
season too much?
I can concur with Adam just on the basis of the fact that like your midfield is barely new. Like all the guys you're signing now, they new, right? And also, if Kanate gets an injury like in the first month or 2 months or in December,
Van
or
Dijk.
something, you've got no one. Oh, Van Dijk, exactly. You've got no one to replace those two guys. So
So
even
okay,
if-
complete and then I'll talk afterwards. But go complete.
No, no,
Sorry.
yeah.
But on the real, like if you guys get an injury, a serious injury between either CBs, Konate or Van Dijk, and
Yeah.
also the fact that like, it's the first season of your new midfield players. Like if you guys get Lavia and you've got McAllister and the other new guy you got, that's a new midfield.
Shabalala.
Slobosai.
I'm not going to try to spell that, so I'm going with Shabalala.
There's too many consonants. There's a Z. There's two Z's, a Y.
two Zs.
And that's
Two
the thing,
S's, a Z, a L.
You could literally get like a new midfield, three guys who've never played together at all. And you could also get an injury between Konate and Van Dijk. And for me, I can actually understand and agree with Adam. Like, if one or two of those guys get injured, maybe it could go pear-shaped. Because, like, dude, last season I would watch Klopp post-match, and he wouldn't have a reason. Like, they would ask him a question like, "What happened this game?" And he just would not. Okay, maybe he knows internally what's going on, but he would not express his feelings like he would the season before.
And that is why I don't think Klopp's time is up. I think he's here for the rebuild. So the reason is like those players will all still run through a brick wall for him. No matter what. The problem was last season was Fabinho
Maybe
and
Harvey
Henderson
Elliott will.
literally could not run anymore. So it's like they were walking into a brick wall.
But
So
that's my
it's not the
thing,
same thing.
I get you, but
I
Spurs,
don't know. I think
like,
the magic
I
is
feel
faded,
like with
bro.
Van Dijk and Konate, they could probably run a brick wall for him, but like, will their legs carry them to get to the brick wall?
No. They're fine, right? They're fine. I agree with you on the injuries though. It's just I don't think we're gonna go with this trend
We can't
going.
predict the injuries, dog.
Say again?
We can't predict the injuries. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yes.
if you guys get like one,
No.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with
Got to
you.
go
I'm
on the
agreeing with
strength
you.
of the team as a whole, as it is,
Yes.
and the
Yeah.
manager. And I don't think. I'm still saying fourth. I mean, I'm still saying fourth, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised, like we've said with other places in this table, if we flip
Yeah.
that around and all of a sudden you see Liverpool finishing 5th, 6th, 7th, and Klopp getting sacked
Yeah.
this season. It could happen. I think that's how Klopp's
If-
going to end up going.
If
Klopp's not
if
leaving.
Klopp gets
Klopp's not
sacked,
leaving after winning something. Klopp is not leaving on a
Dude,
high from Liverpool.
if
Trust me,
Klopp
you can call this and
gets
click this
sacked,
up right
there
now.
will be
Klopp is
riots
not-
in the streets.
Klopp
Like
is
I would
not
actually tell you to
leaving
come
on a
back to
high
South
from
Africa.
Liverpool.
because
Klopp is
it's-
leaving.
If you guys finish us at the top 10, I can't see a reason why they would not sack him.
I would rather our
outside the
owners go
top
than
4.
Klopp.
They'll sack him outside the top
You
4.
as a fan would rather, but
everyone as a fan would rather. Like,
No, you
I can
wouldn't.
tell you this right now, dude.
But
The
Americans,
owners.
bro, Americans, they don't fuck
Exactly,
around,
the
bro. They'll
owners,
got
that's
Yes.
they'll
the thing.
sack him quick.
But
Not
we
talking
will
about the
start
owners.
rioting. There will be riots in the streets if Klopp
You'll
goes.
riot.
I
Then
can
they'll
tell you this
bring.
right
Then
now.
they'll bring
Right,
Stevie
bro.
G
Fucking
back
God.
from Saudi, and you'll be happy. And
Dude,
he'll
then
be
we'll
there.
riot even more.
Mahaba.
Yeah,
We will
I'd
riot
be
even
I'd be
more.
happy. I'd be happy with Stevie G coming back. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Bastard.
you'd be
I'd
happy
be
with Stevie
excited.
G coming back.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you'd be
yeah.
happy with Stevie G
Fucking
coming
free
back.
fall.
Yeah.
But
Here's
look,
another.
anyway,
Yeah. Just wanted us
Chelsea,
to, of course.
Chelsea. Oh, Mark, bro, come on.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Mark.
No.
You don't agree with him?
I don't
My,
agree with
my,
him.
my thing is, I
unfortunately.
don't know what's going on at Chelsea. And I think by the time Poch
Mm.
figures out what's going on at Chelsea, they already would have dropped too many points.
You know
I
what? You know
think
what?
they
You know
could
what?
finish really strong, though.
I
but
actually,
I think
actually,
they will
actually
start
think I
so
do agree with
badly.
Mark. I think actually,
Yeah.
I think I actually do agree with Mark. I think when I'm thinking about the strength and depth Chelsea have, especially in the midfield
And the
area,
manager, guys,
versus the
like,
strength
that's
versus
But
the
they
strength
don't
and depth
have strength
Liverpool
in the
have.
midfield area.
Are you joking?
They've got
Of course they do.
Enzo. Who they've got? They've got
They've got
Enzo.
Conor Gallagher. They got
They've got-
Enzo. They've
Okay,
got
Enzo.
Don't embarrass myself here. Who else have they signed? They have signed midfield. They have
So
signed
it's
midfielders.
Tyler Adams and
Tyler
Say-
Adams.
I don't
Tyler
know.
Adams, okay,
Nobody knows
decent
what's
signing.
going on with Caicedo. No, okay,
Yeah.
if they get
And they
Caicedo,
could have
different
Caicedo.
conversation,
Yeah.
right? Different conversation if they get Caicedo. But right now, I don't see it. They don't have a midfield. Like, I'm comfortable
No.
with us starting with no 6 against Chelsea because they don't have a midfield either. So that's why I'm okay with it. But we need to
Yeah.
get a CDM in before. I don't even know who our next game is. But if before the fixtures released, if you told me that we were in this position where we do not have a CDM and you gave me one team that we could play against, I would pick Chelsea because their midfield is equally as fucked.
Right?
If they get Caicedo and we get Lavia, then there's a different conversation, right? But as it
Yeah.
stands, I'm quite happy playing Chelsea first day of the season.
I think.
And
I
also,
think Chelsea
I
first
have
day.
us at
Okay,
fourth,
fine.
right?
You maybe beating Chelsea first day of the season possible, but
No,
over the course of the
I agree
season,
with Siobhan, like,
Chelsea have no European football. They have nothing else to worry about.
Yeah.
Liverpool injury concerns. Klopp, the magic's a little bit faded. Poch might bring Chelsea
See,
to
but
another
I
level.
don't think the magic has faded like
they
at
could.
all.
I think they could pip Liverpool. I think Mark's onto something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I suppose the table will tell at the end of the year. But
Yeah,
I've got us fourth. I think we're gonna finish further away from third than fifth. But I'm not going lower than fourth.
Yeah. I guys, I think we should just announce the top three. Drum
I
roll,
have
because
something
I'm
to
in
say.
of time. Drum
I have
roll.
something to say.
Say it, Shiva. Say it. Though. Say it.
United 3. I
Yeah,
think we're all agreeing with United 3, right?
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
United
That's
3.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, yeah. I'd love to say higher because I get invited on the stream and
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
I've been putting United
I've
like
embarrassed
17th
myself.
every year.
I've embarrassed
And I still
myself
come
with
on
these
here, so-
United predictions every year, X. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't do it again
I
to
know.
myself. I've got a reputation
bruh.
uphold online here. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm
it's
joking.
So
okay.
okay,
That's
fine.
good.
I'll take it on then.
Yeah.
I'll embarrass myself this
No,
time.
I'm happy. 3. I'm happy with
no,
3.
Shiva, bro. Come on.
I'm
Yes.
also happy too.
No,
I'm
X
happy with
X
you.
knows where I'm going with this.
Shiva,
You other
bruh.
two guys are a little bit slow today, but X knows where I'm going with this, and
Where
I'll
you
tell you
going with
why,
this?
X.
Oh my
Well, you
God.
can only go one or two directions now, can't
I
you?
know, and you guys didn't catch it, but X did.
Shiva.
I'm gonna go City 2 and Arsenal 1. But let me tell you why first.
Ah,
me tell you why.
No way. So Twitter would crash, bruh. If Arsenal would win the league, oh my days.
I'm
Twitter
ready
would
to watch the team that you guys
crash.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you
Oh my
why.
God.
I think,
Sorry, I had to leave. Did he just say Arsenal winning the Premier League against over City?
You know what?
Did you,
You know-
did you
but let me
say
tell
that?
you why. Let me tell you
Oh,
why.
okay.
Hold on.
Clip
Let
them.
me give you my explanation.
Yeah. So that we can clip Shiva, right? That's the reason why I'm
Clip me.
putting
It's fine.
Arsenal
Clip me. Clip
second
me.
Oh,
and, I
man.
mean, sorry,
My-
Man City second and Arsenal first. Please,
My
substantiate.
reasoning is I think
Bro, you
City
better
have
bring
done
the
it now.
facts. You better bring.
I think
fire
City have
stats
done
here,
it now,
bro.
and I don't
Done
think
what?
they'll have the drive to go and do it again.
What?
Pep's mission was to win the Champions League. He's won it now.
But dude,
I
you
don't
acting like
think they will have the. I
Bro,
don't think they will. I just don't, and that's the only reason, by the way. If they come out after 3 weeks and they look like they have the same drive, then I have them at number one.
Did you watch the Charity Shield, bro?
Exactly.
Arsenal were good for 10% of that game. Yeah,
I mean,
Arsenal were good
they
with
beat them.
10%
They
of
won.
that game. City
They
looked
won.
like normal City. There is nothing weak
They
about
won.
City. There's nothing weak about City this season. If
Nah.
anything,
They-
signing
don't think they have
Vardiol
the
has
same
made them
drive.
better.
Yeah, look, they have
honestly,
more quality, but
if City
I
concede
don't.
more than 10 goals, you can clip this up as well. City won't concede more than, I'll give it 15 goals the whole season.
That's a
Season.
big shot.
That's
That's a big
Okay,
shot.
that's a
season.
big shot, Adam. Look.
yeah.
Adam, I agree with Adam. Like they could have the base defense record, but not 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm
Not
going.
15. Not 15 goals, but they could definitely. The only problem with this is like you don't know who the fuck is gonna play, right? You can play Diaz, you can play Laporte, you can fucking play the new guy. Like he's got so many fucking options.
Dude, he can
And
play
then-
Palmer, bro. He can play
Yeah.
Palmer.
I know,
Fucking
not
Palmer,
even-
dog.
I'm just saying, like, if he gets Paqueta, coverage it, and then he gets the new defender, I feel like he's replaced. He's not.
Yo.
They're not Gundogan ready, and they probably also not Mahrez ready. But like, I feel like with
They
those
still-
three signings, he's strengthened. And the thing is, like, when Kevin De Bruyne becomes full fitness, which is like probably like after December, he will fucking go on and bang
And
shit.
guys, Haaland.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
I'm gonna
say this.
They got.
I'm gonna say this. The cheat code is not
Overpowered.
Haaland, right? I think
he is.
I think if Kevin De Bruyne does this season what he's done for the previous 2 seasons, which is when there's 10 games left, he just decides that okay, the fun is
Yeah.
over. I'm just gonna go and win the league now.
Just be
If
an
he does that
amazing
again,
player. Yeah.
then he is number 1 Premier League midfielder for me. Especially now after winning the treble. If he comes back after winning the treble and in the last 10 games he goes and wins the Premier League,
X,
Okay.
I'm not having
he's
this.
number
I'm
one.
not having this.
Yeah.
Lamb, did you pick Arsenal to win the Premier League?
I had Arsenal second. I had City.
Okay,
Yeah.
go. I think swap it around. Swap
Okay.
it, swap it. 2 to 1.
Look, I
swap
mean,
it.
I'll take it, right? I'll take it. That's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
But-
I wouldn't. Again,
but-
I wouldn't be
but-
surprised
but-
if City win the
but-
league.
No ways.
To Shabaz's point, Arteta's got 2 players for every fucking position now. So he also
It
They
doesn't
have
matter.
strengthened.
Guys,
No,
guys,
This
guys,
is an excuse, though. No, it's
guys,
not,
guys.
it's not about mattering. He doesn't have an excuse. He's got 2 goalkeepers.
Let me-
He's got, okay, the only player he doesn't have like a backup for Saka, but he's got 2 players for every.
He doesn't have a
fucking
backup for
position.
Saliba either.
Guys, for me, guys, with
It's
team
simple.
sports, you know, with me, guys, what I
You
believe,
can-
guys, is you can have talented players in your team, but do these talented players have that dog in them?
Bro,
The
I
difference
think
between
City
the
will-
different
I
the
say-
difference
I
between
say-
you-
I say that a
United-
different way. You can
Yeah,
have talented players in your team, but you can
Yeah.
also be Arsenal, and it's just I'm
You
not
should-
I'm not having it.
like,
Arsenal not
like when you
winning
look
the
at
Premier League
Arsenal
this season.
players, bro, I just feel like player for player, they just don't have that dog in them, bro.
No.
I feel like United players have more dog than Arsenal.
And you know what? I
players,
think
bro.
the fact that they lost
Which
the
players,
Community
though?
Shield is gonna incentivize City even more.
They
Yeah.
can lose the
Dominate
Community
this
Shield
league
every
again.
year. Like, this is not new.
Yeah.
But which players do you think don't have the dog in them?
in Arsenal,
Havertz? Okay, definitely Havertz. He's
doesn't
got
have.
nothing in
He
him.
doesn't have.
Yep.
Havertz has a
else?
chihuahua in him.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I-
not even. He has like a little.
I don't
I
think
don't know,
Saka has
hamster or
that
something.
dog in him. I don't
I
think
think
Saka
he
has
does.
that. I don't
Saka
think so.
does.
I
Saka
personally
does.
don't.
He does.
Nah,
I don't
think
think
he
so.
does.
Saka is a confidence player. I agree with X.
Yeah,
When the chips
thank
are
you.
down, my man is
When
not.
the chips are down, bro,
Yeah.
it's like same thing with United when we were winning Premier Leagues in 08 and 07. Arsenal's squad, there was a period where Arsenal's team was better than ours on paper, but we still beat them. And that's only because we have that dog in us, bro. That dog in same thing with
But
Real Madrid.
I
Real
think
Madrid,
Saka
the reason
does
why
have it.
Madrid are so
I feel like Saka does have it.
problematic
Maybe
is
there
because
are
they
other
players-
players in the team, but not Saka.
nah, dog. There's a lot of them. Even their defense, bro. Even their defense, bro. I really don't.
Yeah,
rate
I take
their
your point.
defense
Like, I
highly,
think
bro.
Saliba has it. I don't know
Yeah,
if Gabriel
Saliba
has it.
You see what I'm saying?
don't know
Gabriel has
if-
mistakes, man. He made Sancho look like
Yeah.
Usain Bolt the other time, bro.
I think Declan Rice has it. I know you don't like him, but I think
Ah,
Declan Rice has it.
Rice is a good player. Look, I mean,
He's
100
good.
million for Rice was probably double
for
what he
me,
actually
man.
is
No,
worth.
but
To be
Yeah.
I think 100 million for Rice.
That's the British
You're not
tactic.
paying 100. I know,
Dude.
but 100 million for someone who doesn't score goals and doesn't
Continue,
necessarily
yeah.
defend them
And-
either is ridiculous.
And another thing, and last but not least, the person who, for me, I feel like has zero dog in him is the manager. Arteta has zero. Arteta has no dog in him, bro. As a coach, in comparison to Pep and Thingy, our coach Ten Hag and Thingy, who's the
Did
slow
you
coach?
really just
bro,
put
the
Ten
coach-
Hag above Klopp? Did you really just do that?
No, I'm saying as far as dog is, as far as having that dog in him, I don't
Klopp
think
is a
Arteta
dog with
has
all
that
bark,
dog.
no bite.
No, but Klopp has
I
done
mean,
it
he's won
before.
everything. He's won
He's
everything. So,
before.
I mean, what does
They've
your
all
manager
done it
want?
as
You know what
well.
Are
happens?
you gonna
to
are you
old
gonna start
dogs?
telling me about the
You know what
Worthington Cup now?
Bro?
Nah, dog.
Did you
I
even
just
win
think-
the
I just-
Worthington Cup or the
I
Johnston
personally
we-
think
we
Klopp's
lost-
a manager.
Well, we made a final.
Man, you know, the only player for me who I thought had like that dog in him was Shaka. You know, he may not be the most talented, but Shaka can
that's
square
a little
up.
bit. That's a
Yeah,
little
but
bit too
Shaka can
much. Like
square up.
at that
But-
point,
but
you
that-
want him to just come
You
down.
remember?
Just
Do you remember?
Hey,
you
but
remember
bro-
you remember when Arsenal used to lose to
Yeah.
Bolton all those years ago?
Yeah.
And Bolton would bully them
but,
around.
But even last
That's
season,
gonna happen
Arsenal-
here.
No,
That's
but
the
even
thing.
last
Arsenal
season,
away
Arsenal
to
lost last
Sheffield.
season to
Arsenal
fucking
away to Sheffield
Southampton.
United lose. Arsenal away to
Yeah.
Burnley could lose. Arsenal away to quite a few of those
They lost
teams
to
that are a bit
fucking
hard to
well,
beat at
Southampton.
home.
I think
they could
City
lose.
away to City
We
away to
lost to
Brentford lose.
Southampton last season at home with
No.
like 4 games left, with the title in
but
their hand.
still,
They
but
bottled
still,
it.
bro. Yeah,
Look,
they
I
bottled it.
completely agree that they bottled it, but I just think
bottled
City
it.
don't have the edge to go again. I could be wrong.
Wow.
I could be wrong. I'm
I
probably
think
wrong.
They can.
probably
I
Do you
wrong,
think,
they-
do you
but-
think Arsenal have the edge to go again after being
Yeah.
ahead so far ahead and then to lose it the way they did? Do you think they
who's-
would
and
want
it's
to go
just the
again?
thing-
and as well, there's also
Do you think
Champions
City
League,
win the league by
guys.
default then? And,
Yeah.
and do you think
Yeah.
City win
Yep.
the league not
Yep.
because they
Yep.
still have the drive to go and win the league, but do
It's
you think
because
City
they-
win the league because
It's because the
everybody
rest of
else
us-
is just
e-
drops
exactly.
off?
Yeah.
We're just not
Yeah.
good enough, bro. We're
Not
just
good
not good
Okay,
enough.
I can get behind that. I can get
Yeah, we're
behind
just
that.
not good enough, bro. Like player for player, City are just better, and they coach on
Yeah.
top of that.
Don't-
the man
don't
who
get me
came up with a
wrong,
new
I don't-
system,
I
who
don't
made
like
John
the fact-
Stones look like the best midfielder,
exactly.
holding mid
Made
in
John
the world,
Stones look
bro.
like prime
Come
Roberto
on,
Carlos
bro.
playing at left back.
This-
I
And
mean,
the thing is,
Listen to
CDM
that.
This
is
really
Yeah.
So this conversation is actually making me really angry at our owners now because I feel like
Hmm.
if we had a proper defensive midfielder now and alongside
Exactly.
Lavia, then I could actually see us maybe being in
Challenge
the
it.
conversation.
Hey, you guys
Don't
put
say
the
it.
challenge
Don't
in.
say it.
Look, we're not
You are so
we're not
Mhm.
challenging.
Liverpool
But-
are further away from winning the Premier League than Newcastle.
Ooh,
And I thought I had the worst take of the night.
ooh.
I'll leave that one there.
Adam, I have Shabar ahead because his team and his players have done it before. And with you, it's still new, bro.
Sorry.
Almiron's
Salah won the Premier League.
Are you telling me Almiron's gonna go to fucking Real Madrid and win you a game there? Or Bayern Munich and win you a game there? Or go
Alianza
to Dortmund
Arena.
and win you a game
He
there?
did it against
Or
Spurs
go
last
to fucking
season.
AC Milan
He
and
did
win
it
you a game
against-
there?
You
did
can't
it again.
Spurs.
You
Like
can't
Spurs.
Spurs. I know they
Spurs.
will. Lily, why?
Almiron
Come
scored
on.
goals against most of the top teams last
So-
season. I
No,
backed
Adam,
him
I
to
just
win
wanna-
the Champions
I just
League.
wanna point one thing out, right? I just wanna hold on,
I'm
guys.
saying, Adam, in the Champions
Yeah.
League, can he do it at Real Madrid, Barcelona, at Bayern Munich, at Dortmund, at AC Milan, at Juventus? Not Almiron, dog.
So okay, hold on.
Against
just wanna say-
Dortmund, yes.
Almiron.
Against
Just hold on,
Real
hold on,
Madrid,
hold on.
no. Against
When-
AC Milan, yes. Against Barcelona, no. Against
But
What
those
was the
teams
other
have got
team you
history.
named?
All those
Juventus,
teams have got
yes.
fucking history.
Yeah.
When Lamech was naming these European giants, Adam's go-to was, but they did it against Spurs, and that's just the level. You're competing with Spurs, and we're competing with Real Madrid. That-
Yeah.
No, it's because
I
of
mean,
the
you
jersey.
said it- you said it
the
yourself.
color of the strip. I think
Exactly.
it's because of the color of the strip. Them being white and Madrid being white, you know.
Yeah.
And that's my thing, Adam, dog. Like, I
Yeah.
can't see a Newcastle fan or a player right now who can carry guys, like who can.
I'm not talking about right now. I'm saying that Newcastle will win the Premier League before Liverpool win it again.
Maybe, and I'm not disputing
that's a different conversation because, as I said,
that's what I'm
next
saying.
Season,
I'm not saying now.
Next season, you pull up Jose, and then now
maybe you never know. I hear your arguments about. I hear your arguments about against Newcastle in the Champions League. I hear them.
And the pedigree.
Yeah, okay. I hear the Champions League argument. Fine, we're a little bit novice in the Champions League. I hear that, but I still think we will probably win a trophy, a major trophy, whether it be the Champions League or the Premier League or whatever it might be, before Liverpool win another trophy.
So, do you? And if we win the Europa League this year,
it's not a. I mean,
not a major trophy.
Not in my mind.
That's a major. It
is. But I mean, I'll kind of can forget about it.
Okay. Are you saying? Okay, so let's just talk the big two, right? You're saying you'll win the Premier League or the Champions League before we win either the Premier League or the Champions League.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Yes.
See, let's just get Lavia over the line and then I'll have this. Right now, I don't really have a foot to stand on.
You're looking for a relegated player who came off the bench half the time this season. You're pinning your hopes on him and he's 18
no.
19.
Oh, no. It's not the player. I want to see our owners get a deal over the line. Like, I want to see our owners go and buy the right player. That's what I want. I don't really care who it is.
Winner, dog. You've got McAllister, World Cup winner in your team.
Yeah, but there was a release clause. McAllister was a release clause, and Shabalala because Shabalala.
Like when you're playing Scrabble and you run out of words to make with your tiles.
Yeah,
that's how you end up with Shlabozai.
You go with Shabalala. We're gonna go with Shabalala. They were both release clauses.
I think this. Liverpool do this in history. They go through few years of really good and then some really bad years. I think we're at that tipping point here, my friend. I'm sorry to tell you.
And when was the last time Newcastle?
Don't make it. You don't have to bring that. Just talking about Liverpool here now. Newcastle now. We were down here. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Championship.
Yes. We came up like that, right? Now we're coming up like this. Liverpool are there, and
look,
they're plateauing.
We won't we're not gonna. This is not gonna be a season where we challenge. I've made that pretty clear, but I feel like we're a lot closer to winning the league than. I actually think we're a lot closer to winning the league than United are.
We guys.
No,
I think.
And Shiva, look. I might not agree with you, but I can get your reasoning because I feel like we don't have a centre forward.
And we don't have a defensive midfielder.
Exactly. So I feel like we've got different issues between the teams of ours, and which because we need a centre forward to win the league, and we don't have it. And I don't know.
Also, I saw Onana get lobbed from the halfway line.
That was Dalo's fault though. Why did he give away the ball in that position? That was like you would have also done the same, ads, bro. In that position, come on, bruh.
Yeah, no, it's goalkeepers off his line. It's kind of an easy one.
That's the easy. Honestly, all say could really take City to the end is Arsenal, unfortunately.
And that's why I get X's point and Adam's point as well. The City basically win it by default. They won't get 90 points. They'll get 82 points and they'll win it. Whereas 82 points didn't get you second.
It's also that pressure. It's that relentlessness, constant winning. Yes, they might not win every single game, but I just feel like that pressure that City put on teams around them of constantly winning, constantly being there.
Yeah.
I think it almost psychs other teams out. I think it honestly psyched Arsenal out.
They can go win 15 in a row, and no one is surprised.
Sam says stop downplaying Liverpool's chances. Best attack in the league. Klopp experience.
But they midfield, bro. Sam, they midfield.
We've got a good midfield. We've got a World Cup winner in our midfield, and we've got Thiago Alcantara in our midfield. It's just that one position in midfield.
You got a World Cup win in your league. But John O'Shea won the Premier League with Man United. It's like
but this guy started every game except for the game that they lost to Saudi Arabia.
You're making it seem like McAllister won the World Cup single-handedly. He was playing
well,
with
no, but
Lionel
he was
Messi.
he
I mean,
was he was still an important member of that team. He wasn't like John O'Shea who just came in for 20 minutes to go mark someone. He
Hey, man,
he
that's
started
important.
every
There you
game.
go.
I mean,
Kane's
yeah,
gonna go-
fine, but
Kane's gonna go to United. I doubt
So-
that.
not this season. Not this
Not
season.
this
I don't
season.
think it'll be this season.
I
If
think
he
it
goes
goes in
next
a few
season,
next
then it's a
season.
different
Yeah,
conversation.
next in a few years, but not this season.
Who?
He said Kane's gonna go to United. I can't see it going this season.
No. He'll either
Not
stay and let his contract run out and then go
Yeah.
for free somewhere, or he'll
But also,
we'll go buy him.
I feel like if he does stay and doesn't sign a new contract, I feel like Levy, the second half of the season, will get another striker and won't play Kane. Levy's like a asshole like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I
he
think
likes
the,
his commercial.
the appeal
He knows
to Kane to United is more he's guaranteed goals and he will make Jadon Sancho, Bruno Fernandes, who else do you guys have? Anthony. He will make all of them better players because he's a striker that you can play off.
Honestly,
even Rashford as well. So
if
I
I
think
was
that's
if I was
the
a Premier
appeal of
League
Kane to
team
United.
looking to, if I was deciding, okay, where do I see Kane fitting to the best chance of him to actually do well, I think he should go somewhere like he should probably go Chelsea. I think Kane would fit in quite well.
Take the number 9 shirt and then not do anything.
Yeah.
I actually think it's
he'd
United.
do really well.
I think it's
he'd do really
United.
well, Chelsea.
Actually, Newcastle might also be a shout.
Yeah.
Nah, we got Isak and Callum Wilson.
and
Don't
Wilson.
need Kane.
Do you not think Isak off the left, which he had played quite a bit last season, and Kane through the middle can strike up a partnership?
Yeah, probably could, but I still, this is the way Eddie Howe's getting so much out of him. I think it'll be a waste to sign a
And
player
I
like
also
Harry
feel like-
Kane.
Yeah.
I feel like Eddie Howe also likes the Isak and Wilson combination. So
He does.
feel like he will play
Yeah.
Wilson up top, and Isak will still probably play on the left, but with Wilson up top. In my
Yeah.
You never
opinion.
know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey,
gents,
yes,
if this is the order that we're
Keep
gonna
going
settle
all
on,
night.
then
Yeah.
I'm really happy with this order.
I'm
Like,
happy with this.
I'm
happy
confident
this,
with
guys.
the relegation, guys. Like that day, I'm confident about that. But you see, at the top, I mean, a lot can happen. I still think a lot can happen, and yeah, man, it's gonna be a season full of surprises, guys. Watch this space.
The one thing about the Premier League that I'm
Yeah.
enjoying every season, like it gets better and better. The fact
Yeah,
that we've got
it
an
does.
Aston Villa at 6th, we've got a Newcastle 7th, you know, and I mean, we've got a Chelsea, Liverpool 4th, 5th. I like the fact that it's very competitive. And
I
the reality
actually think this
is-
is the weakest the league has been in a while.
What?
City aside,
Yeah.
because
I mean,
It's 'cause-
I wouldn't say
Liverpool-
weekest. I wouldn't say weakest. I just think that
No,
there's a
Arsenal-
clear gap. There's a clear gap
Arsenal-
between the
Arsenal's
top
improved
7
from last-
and the rest. There's a clear gap between the top
Yeah.
7 and the rest.
Yes, but
Yeah.
Arsenal's improved this season already. United has improved from last season. Chelsea's improved from last season. Aston Villa's improved from last season.
Yeah, that's why we're saying that top 7 there's a gap in terms
Yeah.
of how good they are compared to the rest of the league.
to the
Yeah,
rest of
but,
them, yes.
but-
Like
but-
I wouldn't be surprised if 5th finishes 7th, but I'd be very surprised if 7th finished 8th,
Yeah.
okay, fair.
unless Tottenham somehow
Does something.
like Kane stays and scores 35
Yeah.
goals. Then unless
Son-
that kind of thing
Son
happens.
is back
but-
to his
Yeah.
old self.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fully agree. Hey, guys, I think we should call it. Yo, an hour and 33 minutes. I think this
Exodus
is a new
is like,
record.
no more.
No more, man. No more, man. And plus, I got gym in the morning. Shit.
Oh,
So,
man.
Yeah, no, but thank you so
Great
much
day.
for availing yourself, gents. Like, much appreciated. You know, it's always dope having you guys around. And
Thank you, X.
yeah,
I'm
I'll
looking forward to the season, guys. All the best for your
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
yeah.
X, we need to do a few
Keep
more
up, like,
watch
you guys can
alongs
call
and
for your
things like
team,
that.
For your fantasy
100%.
league. For your fantasy league.
100%.
Did I not? Oh no, I don't have a league. I joined Adams, and I just
Yeah.
kind of started inviting people to Adams.
On that, do you know that league in 2 years' time will be 10 years old? That league's been running almost 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hectic.
I started that league in 2015, so in 2025, 10 years old, 8 years old now.
And I've
Wow.
only got one win. That's embarrassing.
Damn. I also
I've,
have
I've,
one.
I've never won it.
You've
Yeah,
never.
but look what team you
I've never
support.
won it, and I started it.
Shit,
It has nothing
that's
to do with
crazy.
fantasy.
I've won it once at least.
Yeah, but also
You
look
have.
at
And
your
as well,
hot
there's
takes.
another one, guys. There's another one called League of Ooms, and so I'm sure. Yeah, Lamb knows about it. So basically, you put in 150 rand every month, and whoever accumulates the most points for that month takes the majority of the pool. I think 70% of it, and then second takes 30% of it. So if you guys are down to joining that one,
Nah, I'm not doing the money
yeah.
league. I'm
yeah,
tired.
ads.
I'm too
I'll
old for
I mean,
join
you
that
it.
got
shit.
pounds.
join
You
it.
got pounds. You got
Yeah.
pounds, ads.
Bro.
You got
Nah,
pounds.
it's like 3 pounds.
I'm like the
Yeah.
Saudi. I'll buy the league, bro. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Because like a mate of mine is just looking for more people. Because so
Yeah,
far,
send me the deets, bro. Send me the deets.
yeah. I'll actually add you to it. And yeah, it's got a few people. Sikhe is also in it. Lamb is also there. I'm not playing this year. I'm taking a sabbatical for my mental health.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you deserve
And
it.
that's
and
fair.
my
You deserve it.
That's
anxiety.
fair. That's
And
fair.
my anxiety. So yeah. Yeah, but guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. This is Easy Sport, and we out. Peace.
Cheers, guys.
Peace.